UK average, size 16. The majority of clothing lines still to this day go up to a size 16, and that size 16 is more like a 14.
I think as women, we place so much emphasis on particularly our boobs and the bits that are sexualised and the bits that men like.
When actually what we're trying to preach and help people with is to make themselves feel good from internally.
And I'm not anti-surgery by any stretch of the imagination. There's definitely a place for plastic surgery.
I am getting a boob job. I want to be the big boobs, the small waist, because of what I was seeing in magazines.
This when I do my body confidence keynote, and I always say, like, that's not realistic. You're going to have the thought.
Now we get on social media where you have people hiding behind the keyboard and the screen. Welcome to Curveball the podcast. I'm Kayleigh.
And I'm Soph. We're two curve models in our 30s, and we're turning life's curveballs into conversations that matter. Kayleigh's just talking about how she used to make her dolls dry hump.
Oh, good God. Yeah, it was bad. My Jerry and Emma used to be like... Jerry and Emma, obviously, yes.
I was in my bedroom being so innocent, playing with my Beanie Babies, and you were dry humping.
Yeah, my Barbie dolls listened to Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
I can't.
Says a lot for my upbringing, doesn't it?
Anyway, we're talking about... It really does. Like, I have questions for your parents. God bless. Today we are talking about beauty standards, the pressure to keep up, being a woman in your mid-30s, the fact that beauty standards change every 4 seconds. And I don't know whether I'm supposed to have a BBL or a flat arse, whether I'm supposed to be skinny, whether I'm supposed to be curvy. Are we still getting nose jobs? Are we still having lip flips?
Are we still getting boob jobs?
Like, get a grip. It's outrageous.
Oh, my God. The culture is crazy right now,
How are we supposed to keep up?
Well, this is the whole point. Like, I don't think we should be keeping up with trends.
Exactly. Like your body and your face is not a trend.
So we are going to dive into that today.
Got a juicy little episode. Where are we starting? What's going on?
I mean, like, let's talk the first one, because the first thing that, like, sticks out to me is when skinny talks, right?
Come on now.
Skinny talk.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with skinny talk, this is a trend that's emerged over the last 12 months on TikTok of younger, predominantly, but not all younger, girls promoting eating disorders, promoting anorexia, teaching people how to eat under 500 calories a day, coming on and saying, I've lost 6 pounds this week, or my waist measures 22.5 inches. It's girls with anorexia promoting it, building a platform on it, making money on it. TikTok are doing nothing to stop it.
Huge platform as well.
It's disgusting.
Honestly, the amount of times I have to hide videos like that, because it makes me feel so sad.
Yeah.
It's not even like an anger thing towards, skinny talk, you know. It's really sad.
It's really sad because when I've spoken a lot about this on the pod, but I had an eating disorder when I was younger, and I had to search the deep, dark depths of the internet to find pro-anorexia websites where this kind of thing went on. But it was like a secret club, and you had
to search it.
Yeah, of course. I spent hours after school looking at pro-ano websites.
Oh, man.
But you had to be part of this like secret club, and you had to really seek it out. It wasn't in my face. It wasn't thrust in my face. I wasn't very well, and so I looked for it. Whereas now, you could be a perfectly healthy teenager and you're on TikTok, and it is so in your face. It's so unavoidable. It's really scary.
It's really scary. I mean, I thought when you say, it makes me so sad that you actually had to go through that, because, you have to look on the internet, but actually it was all around us from the beginning. We were thrown into that, like 70s, 80s, 90s. Oh my God. The culture back then, the skinny culture has always been there.
I actually
think the magazines.
It was potentially worse because it was there, but we also had zero conversations about it. We didn't understand how bad it was.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas at least now we're sat here on this podcast talking about how bad skinny talk is. Whereas back then, Victoria Beckham was being weighed live on television and no one batted an eyelid or said anything about it.
Yeah, actually, I mean, we're going to speak about this later on in the podcast, actually. But let's get on to this. Victoria Beckham. Love Victoria Beckham. Huge Spice Girls.
Have you seen the new Netflix doc?
Yes, I have.
So
funny they were just talking about the Spice Girls Barbie dolls.
I wish
Leads
you'd
on to
said
Victoria.
Vicky.
I mean, she might have
Who was
joined
humping
in.
each other? Which dolls did you have humping each other?
Mel and Vicky might have.
Mel and Vicky, they were your faves.
Jerry. I was always Jerry.
Was Mel out as gay when the Spice Girls were out? Was she gay?
No, Melcy's not gay.
She's not lesbian?
No.
I thought she was. Is she married?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she's sporty, right? But again, it's how we look at things. It's
Are any of them gay?
No, none of them are gay. They've all got partners.
Interesting.
All got children.
I thought she was gay.
Yeah, no, they're not. The Spice Girls are not gay.
Is that just rumours, maybe?
That's what I was going to say. Again, this is what we were taught so young, magazines, the media, absolutely disgusting media for years and years. But yeah, poor Victoria Beckham, I've always loved VB. She's absolutely iconic. Isn't she great?
So fun.
Watching that documentary just kind of puts it back as well to what we all went through in the 90s. And, the whatever they call it now, the 2000s, what do you call it?
Noughties.
The noughties, right. Okay. So whatever we went through in the 90s, noughties, I think actually was more toxic because we were taught, you had the Special K diets. You had.
And you were saying before you wanted to do a Special K TV commercial.
Because I was seeing it all over these magazines, like, be the next Special K girl. This is when I wanted to be a model. They used to do competitions.
Oh, they did.
Where you had to weigh yourself and take pictures of your waist.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. This was our culture. We had it bad.
Special K. I used to live on cereal when I wasn't well because it's so low calories.
Well, that's
zero nutrition.
It was a Special K diet.
Yeah. You could have 2 bowls of cereal a day and that was my 500
And that was
calories.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
horrendous. No wonder our bones didn't even form properly.
No wonder I was a raging bitch because I was so fucking hungry.
So fucking hungry.
And all the hormones.
Yeah. Special K does not fill you up. And by the way, horrendous, full of preservatives, sugar, shit. And we were taught that this is amazing. In the magazines, what else were there as well in the magazines? There was the Heroin Chic. So we had like
Chic.
Heroin Chic. Is that what you call it?
Heroin Chic. Yeah, that's what the
it?
whole thing was around. It started when
Kate
Moss was dating Pete Doherty, and she went even slimmer than she'd already been.
Well, that's
and he was obviously
now.
a heroin addict, and that was where it came from. It's Heroin Chic, yeah.
That was actually where it's from.
And then
it was from the drug
just
culture.
this whole era of just being, super, super skinny and just taking cocaine and smoking cigarettes, and that was how you stay skinny, and that was the diet.
I mean, let's be honest, that's been around for a long time, hasn't it? But it was obviously glamorized more with celebrities, and people thought that was the norm to be like that. Yeah. And oh my God,
but every magazine cover when we look back was like, but it was both ways because then Victoria Beckham got absolutely shamed constantly for being a bag of bones. And if you're not watching this and you're listening, I'm doing inverted commas because these were the types of things they were calling her. But they were shaming her for being fat, and then the next day they were shaming her for having anorexia.
Oh my God, she couldn't win. And I don't think none of the females could actually in the media. There was also like Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie. Remember Nicole Richie was
what was
the
that
fat
show?
Friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Simple Life.
Oh, I just
loved
that.
it. But like, look at them now.
Yeah, she was the fat one.
She was the fat one.
Yeah.
Are you joking me?
Even like when Mean Girls came out, Lindsay Lohan is so healthy in that.
She's
about size 10 UK. She looks great, and she was like a bigger female role at the time.
Kate Winslet, Titanic.
Yeah.
I love Kate Winslet, and I've seen interviews of her ever since then, just saying what a horrendous, like, I don't even know how to say this. I have to stop it.
Just time she went through.
Yeah, but what did she say now about it? I'm just have to think about this. She's done a full interview, Kate Winslet, about how it completely changed the narrative towards
her own body
moving forward, and how the roles differed very much for her because she was, inverted commas, the fat one,
the dumpy one.
Horrendous. Yeah. She was a healthy size, probably 10 max.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
When she does that scene where he paints her,
oh
she looks
my,
unreal.
what a woman.
I know.
Yeah. And the media did that. What are you eating today? What are you wearing?
But that carries on now, even like
it
fixation with what I eat in a day. There's so much on social media about what I eat in a day. And it's so dangerous because I could do what I eat in a day on a Tuesday, I'm just picking a random day, and it's completely different to what I eat in a day on a Wednesday.
Yeah, of course it is.
So it's ridiculous to kind of monitor calories day to day and hyperfixate on what other people are eating because our bodies are so different.
Exactly.
If you are trying to lose weight, your maintenance calories are completely different person to person. How active you are and how much you move your body, how much protein you're eating, are you lifting weights? Like, you can't just watch someone else's what I eat in a day.
We've just done a great episode on that, actually, if you want to catch it. It's a hormone episode. We dig a bit deeper into that. And again, it's just about doing it to individual bodies. But can you remember as well? It was like it was that skin. There was the skinny and it was
Trini and Susanna.
There was Trini and Susanna as well.
Yeah, is that not what you're trying to say?
No.
Super size, super skinny.
Super size, super skinny.
All of these shows, and I loved them. And it was such like a normal conversation in my household of like, I remember my dad just always commenting on women's bodies and be like, oh, she needs to lay off the burgers, or she shouldn't be wearing leggings in that body shape. But it was constant. It wasn't just my dad. It was everyone in society.
Because that was okay to be
These
like
were the
that.
things we said. Awful.
Now we get it on social media where you have people hiding behind, the keyboard and the screen because there's a guy that...
I mean, people are awful. You see some of the comments I get, like, it is
honestly,
brutal.
And I'm saying this to anybody who even thinks it's okay to even write a comment that's negative. What the fuck are you thinking?
I know.
Seriously,
would you come up to me and say that to my face?
Are you okay? What on earth makes you, or what is so dark and like deep in your body that you feel that you can just write something negative to somebody and think that that's acceptable?
From a place, and I always try and say this when people are getting trolled and it's hurting them, it comes from a place of such deep insecurity. I would say the biggest demographic who troll me is women who are 50 plus.
Yeah.
Isn't that really sad?
It is.
It's actually not really men that troll me,
No.
Occasionally they'll leave pig symbols, they'll leave sick signs, but it's the women who will be a bit vicious.
Yeah.
They're really vicious.
I know they are, and do you know what? That is really sad.
It's very sad.
If you are listening to this and you do that, please go to therapy.
Maybe because they did grow up.
Well, they grew up in that culture.
Everything we've just spoken about.
You can do that.
And they've not realised that we don't do that anymore. I think that sometimes when they comment and I think this is how it used to be, we don't do this shit anymore, but you've not grown out of it.
We have accepted it as I'd say, as a culture in general anyway, that's acceptable behaviour. It's not acceptable behaviour to speak like that to anybody.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say that to my face.
You wouldn't walk up to me on the street and call me a pig.
No.
Or say like you're a fat whale.
Yeah.
Or like you shouldn't be wearing that dress.
There's a guy on Instagram and I do not agree that you should, fight fire with fire at all. And I don't think putting someone else down because they put you down is acceptable.
No.
But there's a guy and he goes through like people that have left bad comments on women's posts and it's like, this is Sandra,
I know.
60 odd, and I'm like, this like this with a fringe like mine, for instance, and I'm like quite enjoying that actually because I'm like, you're getting, obviously you shouldn't shame because someone's shaming you, but
yeah,
I think if more people,
I mean, I would never go through and shame. Just
no, absolutely
the nature of
not.
What I do. But what I
Absolutely
do is I'll occasionally do a carousel post where I have screenshot the comments I've got and I'll overlay the comments onto my carousel post in a body confidence format, and then the caption will be about that.
Yeah.
But I used to always hide their name and hide their picture and just put the comment. And then I was doing it once and I just thought, if you've got the balls to come onto my platform where there's over 100,000 people and comment that for everyone to see, then be prepared for me to highlight it.
Absolutely.
Like, if you're going to say it out loud, be prepared for me to clap back. Like, I'm not going to say anything to you. Yeah. I'm not going to reply. But I do posts where I'll share that people are saying, you don't deserve to be alive because you're so fat. Like, I'm going to share that. Like, people are horrendous. And I think if we actually stopped for a second and thought about what I'm about to say out loud, if this gets plastered everywhere, if it goes viral and the Daily Mail pick it up and I'm on the front of saying this, would I be happy with myself? I think we need to stop for a second prior and think, should I write that? What if that goes viral?
I think that in general, again, is the self-awareness in humans of like, what am I going to gain from this?
What are you trying to achieve?
This is what I'm saying. I've never, I've commented a few things recently, but like the funny comments on things like an Aldi post or something like that.
Yeah.
And
my little campaign's just come out, by the way.
Oh my God, is it actually? Congrats. But I commented on Marks and Spencer's advert recently about the turkey.
What have you done?
And I tagged Aldi in it.
How much it is?
Yeah, but I tagged Aldi. It was like 180 quid.
180 quid for an M&S turkey.
From an M&S turkey. But then, so I commented and said, Aldi, like Marky and team are going to have a field day. It got like 1,000 likes on it. But like I could have if I wrote something negative on that and it got 1,000 likes on it, that is getting put out to the world.
You've got to stop and think about what you're saying.
Do you know, like, I think about everything, all right, like, because I'm not a moron, basically. But I mean, where do you think, actually. But like, I'd never in a million years think, oh God, look at that. Her nipples inverted. Oh, your nipples inverted. And why is that my business?
You've hit the nail on the head there. And I talk about this when I do my body confidence keynote. And I always say, like, it's not realistic to think that you're never going to have a negative thought about anyone ever again. That's not realistic. You're going to have the thought. Yeah. You stop the thought and you stop it coming out of your mouth. Actually, when we sat down at the very start of filming today, I saw myself on camera and I went, oh, I look. And then I went, no.
Yes, you did actually. Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put myself down. Yeah. I had the thought. It's okay to have the thought. We're human. But you don't say it out loud. And you certainly do not type it into Instagram.
Exactly.
And press send.
Honestly. But again, this is the self-awareness, isn't it, in people? And we speak about this all the time on our episodes. Like, just
I think it's the most important trait that a person can have, self-awareness.
And if you don't, and you sat there, Karen, Sharon, whoever you want to be.
Poor Karens, they really
All
do
the
get
Karens.
the,
They
get
do.
brunt end of the stick, don't they?
Some nice Karens in the family. But like, you know, just think about what you're doing. Is this going to make your life better by being a twat? The answer is no. You look more like a twat and you're going to get a negative energy back. Stop being a twat.
Yeah, absolutely. And
What
there's
you
a
put
lot
out,
of
you get back, guys.
Yeah. And there is a lot of negatives on socials. But what
Yeah.
I will also say is, having had such a terrible relationship with my body my whole life, social media saved me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
you've got
exaggerating
a really great
when I
platform
say
from
that.
this.
No, I don't mean that. I mean social media saved my relationship with myself, because I would log in, I had curated my feed to be, I'd stopped following everyone who had my dream body.
God, yeah,
And I'd started
Great
following
idea.
people who looked like me.
Yes,
And I started
love that.
following people with bodies that looked like mine.
Yeah.
And they normalized it for me. And that helped me heal my relationship with myself, because I would look at them, the Birds Papaya, Chessie King, and I would see their wobbly bellies and all the other bits going on, and I'd see them wearing their arms out in t-shirts, even though their arms aren't perfectly toned and they're not a size 6. And then I would think, well, they look amazing. Why can't I think that I look amazing? And it healed
There we
me.
go.
Their exposure therapy helped me heal.
Exposure therapy, yeah. Yeah.
So I think as much as there's a negative side of it and skinny talk and all of that, if you actually are intentional with your social media experience, it can be really positive.
Well, this is exactly what you're saying there is go back onto your feed. If it's not making you happy, remove it.
Yeah, stop.
Mind
Just
it.
stop following people with your
jiggly
dream
bellies,
body.
boobies,
A million
wobbling
percent.
around, and cats.
Like, you don't
Be
need to log
happy.
in and look at supermodels and think, I'm never going to look like that.
I mean,
I'm looking at women who are 10 years younger than me, who haven't had kids and you have had kids, who are just different experiences.
Going on from this, actually, because we're going to speak about this later, but we might as well just go to it now.
Yeah.
About you know, as we're getting older on the social media. Can we also, who's seen the Victoria's Secrets catwalk show earlier in the year?
Do you know what? It got such a good rap this year, didn't it, for being diverse? I just didn't think it was that diverse.
Do you want me to tell you how diverse it was?
Yeah,
I've
please do, 'cause
I've got the statistics here.
We've not spoken about this, but I just really wasn't that impressed.
Right, okay, so here we go, right? Across major fashion weeks this year, less than 1% of runways were plus-size models. 1%.
It went down again this year.
Again this year, because, you know, we have the Manjaros, the Ozempics of the world.
We're not
looking at
trending.
videos. Yeah. But, you know, the UK average of a woman in the is a size 16, right? And in the US, it's a US 14, 16, which is what, an 18?
18, 20, yeah.
Is an 18, 20. 1% of catwalk models.
Because slimmer bodies are still associated with being aspirational.
And beautiful. And unfortunately, no, it's just not, that's not reality.
It's not.
So the
representative.
Victoria's Secret fashion show actually had more curved models than most runways. I think it was about 5 of them, wasn't it? So we had obviously beautiful Ashley Graham inspiration. One of the reasons I really pushed my modelling, actually. She's incredible. She's had 3 children. Fantastic.
She's stunning, yeah. Amazing.
But there was probably 5 curved models in the whole of the show.
Yeah. And everyone else was a size 6.
Yeah. So again, you're looking at what?
But do you think
5%?
everyone was like, oh my God, it was so representative? And I was
No,
like,
it was not.
I
You.
don't
So
really
the
get
first
it.
lady was a pregnant lady.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you put a male and female together, and that's what happens.
She
to
did
the
look
male.
unreal, though.
She did look insatiable.
Yeah.
She looked incredible.
Yeah.
But okay, a bit diverse. Pregnant lady. That's not diverse. That's
Did they
majority of the
represent
women.
any disability? Did they represent any sort of scars, stretch
And
marks?
you know the guy, the producer of it was from Fenty. Savage,
Yeah.
which is crazy because look at Savage Fenty over the years.
The runways they've done.
Insane.
See, this
Remember
is the difference with VS, though. I hate to say it, but they like to tick a box, but then are they actually doing it? I worked with VS for 2 years on socials, and they've not booked me for probably 12 months, and I think it's because curve isn't trending. And if you go to their social media, you'll see that they're not booking many curve girls.
They're not booking, but
They don't need to, it doesn't sell.
Let me tell you though, Ashley Graham as well is out of all the photos, because I looked at this on the social media, she has got the most hits, she's got the most engagement
Yeah, well, she
on all
will.
the social. Of course she has, because that is a woman, a natural woman. I will say though, Victoria's Secret, sorry to say this, but they're not diverse in it because the lingerie doesn't actually fit those models.
Yeah, well, that's one of the problems we had with socials because I'm
They
a
don't fit.
32G and they don't do a 32G.
They don't do Gs.
So you have to sister size, you have to do like 36 double D or whatever it might be.
And they don't fit. Their tits were hanging out the bras.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these beautiful curve models, they didn't fit. They didn't fit into the bras.
Are you talking about the campaign that they did a couple of years ago?
I'm talking in general, the
recently.
sizing.
So they did a
even the
campaign-
catwalk show. They literally, our bras are supposed to fit to the skin, right? And we're supposed to not have any lumps hanging out here. They're supposed to be flatlined.
So
every single boob was overlapping.
Yeah. So
They
Victoria's
don't do
Secret did a
them to fit.
campaign a couple of years ago that I really just wasn't on board with, because it was all curvy girls, really, really curvy girls. I think one of the girls was probably, you know, size 24, 26. Like, they had a couple of bigger girls and a couple of mid-sized girls. The campaign just, for me, fell really flat, because just because you're in a bigger body doesn't mean that lingerie can't still really support you and make you look sexy and gorgeous. And it wasn't supportive, and it wasn't the right sizing, and therefore it didn't look great. And it was very, oh my God, we're doing a body positivity campaign, but the women didn't look their best. It wasn't like they'd supported them in the way that they would of the size 6 girls.
It's going to put all these plus size women together
that was
to
how
make
it
it
felt.
look like we're pushing it out to the world. But actually, you're not even making the clothes for these people. I think that's the problem as well. Like, again, UK average, size 16. The majority of clothing lines still to this day go up to a size 16. And that size 16 is more like a 14. So it's not even about, these brands aren't physically making them.
No.
So they're not going to put models into them because they don't fit them.
No.
So it's also
and I get
about
this a lot
the manufacturing.
with my social media as well. Like, I have to say no to a lot of campaigns where it's really well paid and I love the clothes, but like you say, the biggest size they do is a 16. And I think I can't promote that to my audience when half my audience can't even buy your clothes.
Exactly. It's so right that,
That's why I love working with Simply Be, because they do 10 through to 32 and everything's still really modern and they've got really cool bits. Like, I've had some gorgeous bits from there this winter.
I used to do their fitting years ago. Like 10 years ago. That's how I kind of started, actually. I used to do their fitting, but I was the average UK 16 then. I'm a bit smaller now, but they did it on actual the fits, which is great. So there was me and then there was a size 24. And they did, and so it's brands like that you want to be looking at and saying, okay, actually, they could be promoting it a bit better.
Yeah.
They could. The brands that actually fit for their curve girls,
Yeah,
they could be promoting it a bit better. So Victoria's Secrets, love you, but you don't do the bigger sizes. So stop trying to be diverse when you're not really. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. Me and you do a better lingerie line. I've done that many lingerie campaigns, let me tell you. But they fit great. I've got a fantastic bra on right now.
Where's it from?
Bravissimo.
Ooh.
I work with Bravissimo, though. And they do different brands, which I think is really important. Go and get your bra.
Oh my God, get your bra fitted.
It's a game changer. I've got the best posture.
I came back from Australia before I started lingerie modelling in the UK. I thought I was 36D. Let's all laugh together. I'm a 32G. And I remember it was Freya. Freya was at an event and they were like, oh, we'll do a fit in for you. And I went in and she was like, okay, so you're coming up as a 32. I was like, I'm not. She was like, you are. And then she was like, I'm going to put you as a 32G. I nearly fell on the floor. A G.
Honestly.
But when you've got a smaller back, and I also found out recently, and this is really important, so people associate like you're a bigger girl or you're a curvy girl, so you're going to have a bigger back size, but your back size is actually based on your rib cage.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether you go up a few dress sizes, you might not go up a band size in your bra because your rib cage might not expand.
Exactly.
However, when you're pregnant, your rib cage expands loads, which is why you tend to go up a couple of band sizes.
I didn't know that.
I know. So people don't realise and they just think, oh, well, I'm a size 18, so I must be a 36 or a 38, but it doesn't work like that.
No.
So I'm a size 16.
My mum's put herself in like a 40C, and I'm like, oh my God, mother, I'm a 34 double G.
Yeah.
And I wore a 36 double D for years.
So your mum's probably like a 34E.
Oh no, I've had to finally sorted her out now.
But
So
it is
I'm
so
not wet
important to get
because
measured.
honestly, the hunchback, the posture, it just feels so much better when you've got a good fitted bra.
And you'll find that you are probably 2 band sizes down and 2 cup sizes up from what you think
crazy.
You are. I know.
Yeah, it is actually crazy when you think of that.
Yeah.
But
whilst we're talking about boobs, let's talk about surgery, because I think this kind of comes under beauty standards.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not anti-surgery by any stretch of the imagination. I think there's definitely a place for plastic surgery. I think there's definitely a place for, you know, having this desire to change things about your body that is actually going to improve your confidence and that is something that you've really thought through and something that you've wanted for a long time. What I really struggle with is I think a lot of particularly young people get surgery done to meet the existing beauty standard, which might be a BBL, for example. They're only doing it because of what they're seeing on social media and what they're seeing around them. It's not actually a pre-existing concern. It's a concern that they've got because they're so consumed by the media, and that terrifies me. And then the trend changes and you're having your BBL removed.
So originally, you know, it was like the boob jobs. The boob jobs were...
So you had a boob job when you were how old?
I was 18 years old. I went at 17 years old. I was obsessed with boobs.
Had you always wanted a boob job? Where did this come from?
Katie
Let's think about
Price.
it. Right, okay.
Katie Price.
So it was the
I was
media.
obsessed. It wasn't me. It was magazines.
Yeah.
I was looking at these and being like, I want to have that small waist. I'm a tall girl, small waist, big boobs.
Yeah.
You know,
you wanted them big.
I really wanted big boobs. I was obsessed with boobs. I love boobs. I was like, I just want big boobs.
Did you have boobs?
Looking back, I was probably like a C cup.
Okay.
Then I dropped a lot of weight when I turned about 16. So I had like like little B cups, which
Okay.
is not for my frame.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm getting a boob job. There's no, I want to be the big boobs, the small waist, because of what I was seeing in magazines. You know, I was reading Kate Price books back then. She was like,
And you wanted to do glamour. You wanted to go down that route.
Yeah, and I was kind of pushed that way when I started modelling, but I was over 18 anyway. It was after I had the boobs. But I went to go and get the surgery at 17 years old, you know.
How much did your surgery cost you at that age?
I think $5,000.
That's so much money when you're 18, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was going to get the surgery at 17, you know. It's a good job they checked my date of birth. I would have had it at 17.
I have to say, and I don't know whether you agree with this looking back, but I don't think you should be able to get a boob job at 18. Unless there's some sort of major deformity and it's really impacting your self-esteem. I don't think you should be able to walk in and go from a B to a G at the age of 18. I think it's dangerous.
Turned 18 in March and I got the boob job at the beginning of April. Wow. And not even formed. So what I will say
they don't even finish growing.
No. So my natural boobs now are a lot bigger than my implants.
Yeah.
If I just waited a year, they'd have been absolutely perfect. I was obsessed with getting it done. And again, because I'd seen it in the magazines and I was like, I'm getting it done yesterday. Yeah. And I had them. And not going to lie, I loved them.
Yeah.
Loved them for years.
Were you really happy when you first got them done? Do you remember looking at them for the first time?
I woke up and I was like, boobs. Oh my God. Yeah. I love my boobs. Okay. And do you know what? They've served me fantastic.
They made you a lot of money.
They've made me a lot of money because they look natural. Yeah. But that's because my open boobs grew over them. What I will say, if I had a daughter that came at 18 years old and said boobs, I was like, absolutely not. You are not getting a boob job like that. Your boobs have not even like.
And what if she said, it's my body, it's my decision, and you did it, Mum?
I'd say, and look what's happened now.
I think that's the risk we're going to run, isn't it? Because it's like, you've done
and
things.
Also,
when you say, look what's happened now, let's talk about that. Because you're having a shit experience at the moment, aren't you?
At the moment, yeah. So, you're supposed to get your boobs redone every 10 years. Why? You don't think of this when you're 18. You're like,
and the cost of that. It's like your teeth.
And
you better have a lot of money to keep paying for this for the rest of your life if you're going to have cosmetic surgery.
Exactly.
Seriously.
No, this is what I mean. You don't look at the consequences of the future because you're just in it and you want it doing yesterday.
Are you going to have that 10 grand in 10 years plus inflation?
And also it goes up every time because you're going to have to get them removed and put them back in or whatever. So I've had mine in all these years. You're meant to have them done every 10 years.
How long have you had them in?
Well, it turns out it's been like, what? It'll be 17 years
17 years. And have you had them checked or anything in that time?
Yeah, I had them checked about 5 years ago.
And
I've put my name down twice now to get them redone.
Right. Why did you want them redone?
Because you're supposed to after 10 years.
Right,
but I had
so from a safety
perspective. Yeah, for safety perspective. Okay. But I also had the lifelong one. So I was like, oh, well, they're fine. They look good. They're fine. They're great. They're just, they're fine.
And that's an interesting observation there. And what you just said, you said they look good. And I think that's what we focus on, isn't it? They look good, but they're not fine, are they?
But let's be real. The last time we was discussing about me going and I smelling of onions. I don't know if you've listened to the episode. And
we were laughing and joking about smelling of onions.
Joking and smelling of onions. What's happened actually is that this lump in my armpit is not a lump, is not a cyst. It's actually the fact that my silicone it's leaked into my lymph nodes and is cemented around my lymph node.
Which is terrifying.
Horrendous. So I was very lucky and I got into the breast clinic very quickly.
They have been really good.
They've been the NHS have been amazing with the breast. Yeah. And they found the lump, which is getting increasingly bigger. It's still there now.
Painful.
I did an MRI a couple of days ago.
Yeah. And you've got all sorts of symptoms.
Yeah. Oh, I've been ill all year, in and out of illness all year. And when I get ill, I mean, I'm just floored, aren't I?
Because your lymphs help you drain all the toxins, don't they? So if it's blocked, where's it going? It's
exactly
circulating your body.
Like my body's constantly fighting. Yeah. What you don't realise is when you do get some sort of surgery like this, it's an implant. It's a foreign object in your body. Your body's trying to get rid of it. Yeah, of course it is, because our bodies are incredible. We don't need this shit in our bodies.
For 17 years, your body's been fighting.
It's been fighting. And since it's leaked on this one side and increasingly noticeable as well now.
You can see the difference in size.
And it's getting bigger. I have a lump, which is about maybe 10 centimetres now.
It's like a plum, isn't it?
It's horrendous and it's painful. And I've had to go get the MRI. I ain't got the results back yet, but they have told me that I'm going to have to get reconstructive surgery.
Get the implants out.
And implants out and also get my lymph node removed. This is not pleasant.
What does getting your lymph node removed look like long term? Like, do you need it? What?
No, because we've got so many.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it will be okay.
It will be okay. Yeah. It's just more again going through that trauma of having to have surgery again.
A major surgery.
It's major surgery. Like at 18, if you were to tell me in how many years' time you're going to really suffer for a year or so, being ill
with your health,
not being able to go to work, being in bed, you know, having to go through another lot of surgery, which is going to impact us for the next 6 months potentially, would you have it done? The answer would be no. Absolutely
and then also
not.
on the other side of that, not knowing what your boobs will look like, which was the whole point in the first place. I'm going to get this surgery so my boobs look better, and now you're going to have them removed, and you don't know what that translates to.
Exactly. And you know, normally, like, again, it's the aesthetics, isn't it? It's like my first question normally would have been, oh my God, what they're going to look like? It wasn't. It was like health.
Yeah.
Because
and that's
I don't
the
care
difference
how much
between an
money you've got.
18-year-old and a 34-year-old. It's different.
It's completely different. Yeah, 35. I'm 35 years old.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
And I will be probably 36 when I'll have just had it done when I'm 36. And like the recovery, there's a lot of things to
interesting as well,
consider.
isn't it?
It's
Because
really
we
sad.
have spoken about your boobs in the past, and you've spoken about wanting to get them out anyway.
I feel like I put it out to the universe.
I think
and
you've
I feel like
not
it's
manifested
been like,
this, but you had already sort of got to a point in your life where you didn't want to have these massive boobs.
I don't need to have massive boobs. I don't want to have extra things on my body to make me look good. I feel good in myself.
Kayleigh did these ChatGPT images so she could see what she looks like without boobs. She
Oh
looks
my-
banging.
It looks so much better,
So
right?
sophisticated.
I know. I am basically tits on legs now.
You are.
Who am I? The thing is like, who the fuck am I going to be without boobs?
Yeah,
Who
and
am I
this-
going to be without boobs?
But that's an
all I've
interesting
been
way of
known
thinking,
as.
isn't it? It's become such a massive part of your identity.
It's my
It's
whole
not
personality.
but it's not your personality.
It's not
who
really.
you are. But we do start to associate things like that.
But you do,
I think
yeah,
my
and how we
hair is a bit like that for me. Like if I was to lose my hair, I'd really struggle with that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think as
probably-
women, we place so much emphasis on these different parts of our bodies, particularly our boobs and the bits that are sexualized and the bits that men like.
Exactly.
And this is it. And we're always chasing that ideal.
This is it. And you
And
know,
who
like,
for?
and my boyfriend's now like loves the boobs.
Yeah.
But he said to me, I said, I'll buy you some new boobs for your birthday. And I was like,
Stop it.
no,
don't
I'll
want
buy
new
my own new
boobs.
boobs if I want to buy boobs. But also, I don't want them now.
No,
I
you don't want that.
I want these foreign objects out of my body. I
agree.
want to feel good, and I don't want to be as inflamed because that's what has happening as well when you're putting the
Yeah.
BBLs, the fillers in your face. Everything is adding inflammation to your body. Like, why?
think as
We need
well-
to think about the consequences of a body as you get older and the longevity of it. Because realistically, all these foreign objects are just roaming around your body. Like, where is it going to? The fillers, they don't dissolve. You have to get them dissolved. They're literally floating around your system.
And again,
With
it's
migraine.
trends, isn't it? Because at one point, these massive lips were in trend, and now they're not. And now people are having fillers dissolved and stuff. And it is this whole thing of we have such a fix-it mentality. And obviously, I do a lot around this with work and, you know, really trying to get people to accept themselves as they are.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks, and I've massively lived in this space for a long period of my life, I lived in this space, that if I can just fix this one thing, your boobs, for example, I'm going to get these big boobs and then I'll love myself. Then I'll feel confident. But we don't. We just move on to the next one.
When does it stop?
Like, I'll
It
just lose
doesn't
2
stop.
stone and I'll have lost my belly, but then I won't have my bum. So then I'll go into the gym and I'll do fucking 6 hours a week of squats. And then I'll love myself. Oh, but no, now I don't like myself because my lips aren't big enough, or my nose has got a slight kink, or my eyes are bulging. That was your one in the car before.
Yeah, and I've got bulging eyes.
You
No, but I
haven't.
have got protruding eyes. My eye socket's a bit like more further than the average.
But
this has been confirmed by an eye surgeon.
but that's a good example.
That's
of
my
just,
friend, by the way. I've not gone to go to this.
That's
to
a
get
good
this
example
looked
of the
at.
bollocks that we focus on.
But exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, strip this back, Surf. Like, without any sort of surgeries, without the fillers in our face, without anything like that, we have really worked on our internal self. And we preach about this all the time on this podcast. This is one of the reasons we do. We do not want to be making it so easy for women to just go and get surgery and feel good about themselves, because you don't. I've seen the most beautiful people in the world, by the way.
Do too much
Stunning,
to their
and
face.
they are not happy. They're miserable as fuck. They're so insecure.
It breaks my heart when I
It
see
kills
people
me.
have had too much work done and they've just...
And keep going on.
You
People
get
getting
blind.
facelifts in the 30s.
Yeah.
What the I get it. Do you know what? We might have got 5 centimetres of excess skin. But does that matter if you've got good health and actually you look fucking great and you love
what's the
yourself?
point?
I'm
You're
not bothered.
a decent bloody person.
Oh, exactly.
Like, you're a nice person. I'm more inclined to be interested in that and how good your nose job is. I actually don't care.
I don't care. No one cares apart from
But
you.
I do think it's dangerous as well, because there is a level of blindness that comes when you start getting work done. I've got a bit of blonde blindness at the moment. Like, I've had to stop getting my blonde done because I went in and I was like, right, I just want to go a bit blonder.
Yeah.
My hairstylist was like, you're really blonde.
You are really blonde.
And then
How
she showed me different
blonde?
pictures.
How blonde are you trying to go here?
No, I know, this was over the summer. And she showed me different pictures and she was like, you've gone really blonde. And then I realised, oh yeah, I have gone really blonde, but I couldn't see it. And it was like, what, do you want to be white? I don't understand. But it's the same with your face. You get a little bit more filler and a little bit more filler and you don't notice. It's like Molly May had, didn't she? Yeah. And she got to a point, and she said it on a documentary, where it just got silly and she looked ridiculous. I mean, and she knew she looked ridiculous.
What are we striving for?
I know, what's the goal?
What is the end goal? What, you want to look like a doll, then what? Then you got to get it all redone again.
You never want to age.
And like, I just think it's so beautiful to age. And like, no, I'm not going to age gracefully, let's be honest.
No,
I probably will get a facelift,
but I think this is interesting.
50s, 60s maybe, but not in my 30s. You know, there was a woman, wasn't there? It was in Liverpool, Manchester, that was doing facelifts in a
back room. I saw that. They were pretty good.
Yeah, but again, people are going to go for these.
And to like, what, why?
But they're going for these procedures. And this is the one thing I will always say if you're going for procedures like that, even fillers, Botox, can this person who's doing it, can they fix it if it goes wrong? Yeah. That's the question. And if it's no, go somewhere. You need to go to a professional all the time. You should be going to somebody
going to someone who's done 10 hours training. It's terrifying.
Horrendous.
If they're not a doctor.
You've met my friends, they're all surgeons and doctors and the aesthetics. But they're doctors. They're the only people and nurses that I would go to.
Yeah. Same.
That have clinical training, that have got a degree. I know you don't need a degree for that, and I'm sorry if you can.
We could open a Botox clinic in 6 weeks.
100%. I'm a qualified beauty therapist.
I know, that's scary.
I would definitely go to someone who's more professional, because if anything bad was to happen, they could fix it.
Yeah. Don't you think it's interesting though when we talk about Botox fillers, all this stuff? Like if I tomorrow moved to a tiny little island in Bali and there was no one there, and I was just working in a beach hut and raising my babies or whatever, am I going to feel the need to have a BBL? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, it's such bullshit. It's just because we go on social media every day and it's all we see, and we're so consumed by, you've got to have a small waist, you've got to have big boobs, you've got to have big bum, you've got to have skinny legs, you've got to have no cellulite, you've got to have little feet, you've got to have little hands, you've got to have perfect nails. Oh my God, I'm exhausted.
When does it stop?
It just doesn't.
I know. Oh my God. It's just so
feed
accessible.
We feed into it. Yeah. We're in that trap. Like, even with what I do with work, I'm in that trap.
Yeah,
you can't help it. Especially with what we do with work.
Well, this is it. I mean, do you know, if I wasn't a model, let me tell you, I would not be getting it hardly anything done. You know, I look at the podcast, to be honest, and I'm like, oh my God, my eye bags. Oh, I need to pull my skin up. Like, you know what? Actually,
you have to take a breath back.
Yeah. Every time I look and I'm like, we're actually trying to do good here on this podcast. And
we
trying to make people feel better about it. I do not want to be going against the grain and being like, you know, having all these things that I don't need, when actually what we're trying to preach and help people with is to make themselves feel good from internally. Because again, it doesn't matter how much shit you're getting put into your face. If you're not feeling good, you're never going to feel. It doesn't matter how much
you don't work on your self-esteem.
You're never going to feel good. Like there's a guy. This is disgusting. So there's a guy that did, I think it was like a
filler injections into your ass.
That she died whilst getting it done on the table. He didn't even get in trouble for manslaughter. This man now, by the way, have a little Google on him. Fantastic news. Selling skinny injections illegally, and he's able to do that.
Oh, they are so unregulated. It's terrifying.
Why is there not a regulation put in place for this? That is disgusting. And whoever's buying it, are you okay? Do you feel like, are you that desperate to feel and look like, by the way, this person, he looks horrendous. Sorry, I don't like to be an awful person, but he must have got 10 mil in his lips. Why are you feeling the need to do that to yourself and go to these unregulated people that are not qualified to do this?
Good point, that, you know, because really I always say, like, you shouldn't take advice from people who you wouldn't trade places with. And it's kind of the same with your Botox and your fillers. Like, if someone is overfilled and can't see that they have gone past tweakments and into being overfilled and their face being puffy, that's a red flag. Should that be your practitioner?
No, absolutely not. And, you know, each to their own. If you want to look like you, that is, but then it comes, like I say, to a health perspective.
I think the moral of it for me is just asking yourself why.
Yeah.
Why do I want this? Is it because everyone on Instagram is doing it? Or is this something that I actually is really going to make me feel and improve my confidence and just help me be the best version of myself? Because I'm all here for that.
Absolutely.
Get your tweakments, be the best version of yourself, feel amazing.
Yeah.
But don't be undergoing major surgery.
And it is major.
The existing trend that then stops trending. Because now skinny talk is trending. Everyone wants their boobs out. Everyone wants their bums out. Yeah. And that's another major surgery. And then 10 years from now, the Kardashians will put weight on again and we'll all be back in the curvies. Do you know what I mean?
Of course,
it's never ending.
I feel like actually just what you said then about asking yourself, like, am I doing this for me or am I doing it for, you know? But also about how would you feel in the next 5 to 10 years? I think you need that. Honestly, that's what you need to sit in. You do need to think, how am I going to be in the next 5 to 10
what
years?
stage of your life are you coming
Also,
into?
like, you're having, if you want children, things like that, your body's going to change. Like, do you want to undergo all that trauma and put it on your body and then go through childbirth and then have childbirth redone again? Because that's one of the reasons I didn't actually go and get my boobs taken out, because I was like, I might want children in the next 5 years. So I'm going to leave them in because I know
change so much
they're
anyway.
going to change. So they're going to be bigger breasts and then they're going to go back down. So I'm going to leave them in. Actually, do you know what? I should have just gone with my gut, taken them out from the beginning and late. But it's just...
Let's talk about aging. I'm turning 35 and I feel a type of way. Like, I really do. I feel like my birthday's not going to be a good one this year.
You was with me
What
on
is it?
my 35th birthday,
what is
weren't
this?
you?
Why 35?
Honestly, from experience, I think because it's like a bit of a midway between 30 and 40.
It feels...
more 40.
Yeah.
It's a different sort of like, you hit your 30s and it's like,
But I thought that about 30
I
and
did.
that's absolutely ridiculous because 30 is so young. And I know 10 years from now I'm going to look back at 35 and think the same thing.
And honestly, but
And your whole life is a never-ending cycle of that.
Well, let me ask you though, it's like the 30's been like the best years of your life.
Amazing.
There you go. So it
Do
only
you know
gets
what
better.
I think it is? I don't think I don't feel panicked. I think I feel very like reticent and like, oh my God, 35 years behind me.
But
like it's going so fast. It makes me emotional. I think that's what it is. I think it's the speed at which it's going. I'm really enjoying it. And I just want it to slow down a bit. I don't know. I think that's why I feel emotional.
When I turned 35, that's exactly, I can remember I had a bit of a meltdown.
I do remember you having an absolute meltdown, yes.
We was in Dubai having the best time ever. And I was just like,
Kayleigh's bawling her eyes
I was
out.
just
We were on a yacht drinking
was-
champagne. Like, it doesn't get better than that.
Kayleigh's crying in the corner.
Can we do that for my 35th?
Yes, please. Yeah, of course we can.
Stunning.
Well, we will be there.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I had a pure meltdown out of it. And I think it was because it was like, holy crap, am I supposed to be where I'm meant to be? Like,
Pressure.
what am I supposed to be doing at 35? I'm supposed to be adulting so much, and have I got children? And no, I haven't. Have I got this X, Y, Z behind me? I haven't. And actually, turned 35, I was like, a week later, I was like, oh, fine.
Yeah.
This is not a big deal. This is just a few months later. And I mean, I'm going to be, 36 probably. Like,
I think we're just going to do this every year forever and more now, which is just ridiculous.
36 is more to 40. That's quite scary. But actually, do you know what? 35 has been one of the best years of my life because it's been such a turning point again.
Yeah.
I just think we need to listen to ourselves here.
Do you know what I
because
think
we
it is
preach
for me?
about this.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%. Do you know what I think it is for me
scary,
as well?
but-
Because I'm a Saggy. My birthday's in December.
Yeah.
I find, you remember last year I found December a really difficult month. Just because I go the whole year, like this year I've been on 26 flights. I am here, there and everywhere. I'm travelling. I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
Shooting campaigns all over the world.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely vibing. I've got the best life.
There you
And I
go.
get to December and everything slows down and everyone's with their families and with their kids and they're doing the winter light trails and they're doing all these things. And I get to this period of like, oh, yeah, it's just me. Do you know what I mean? It's a really weird feeling. So I think having a birthday in that month and then going through that period of like everyone's got their little families, literally every single person in my life has their little family and it's just me and I live alone and I just find December difficult. So I think turning 35 within that, it's just, it's hard.
It's
and
a
I think
lot.
it's normal to feel like that.
It's completely normal to feel like that. But, you know, when you sit in it again and you look at what you've achieved, where you go.
And I don't even want those things right now, Kayleigh.
And you don't
even want
them.
the white picket fence.
In fact, we had
That's
this
the most
conversation.
annoying thing.
We actually had this conversation for your birthday last year.
I annoy myself.
We started recording our first ever season one.
The day after my birthday.
It was, wasn't
I was on a
it?
meltdown.
And you had the meltdown. Maybe it's a birthday thing. It's a birthday thing. It's not even the age.
No.
Because honestly, like I said, this year for me, turning 35, even though I had a meltdown on a yacht. What a knobhead.
Why am I like this? I might be all right this year because I'm on the pill.
Oh, maybe.
I don't really cry
Maybe it's
anymore.
hormones.
Might be all right. Let's see. That'll be an interesting one. We'll report back.
Yeah, please report
But I do
back.
have to seriously remind myself because I think it's so easy with social media to get stuck in this comparison trap. And I literally have to have a word with myself and say, Soph, just because everyone around you has that, in this stage of your life, you don't want a white picket fence and 2 children in matching pajamas. That is my idea of hell right this minute. Like, I'm so happy for all these people, but I don't want that. I want it for about a week between the 22nd and the 29th of December. Apart from that, you can take them back.
Fortunately, I don't think you can
And it
adopt
doesn't
during
work
them dates.
like
But
that.
yeah.
Can I adopt for 1 week a year
For 1
and have a
week
nice
giving
4-bed
back.
house in
Yeah.
Romslow. Apart from that, I don't want it.
I know.
So I have to remind myself of
You
that.
have to
But we
remind
get
yourself
caught
that.
up in it.
Yeah, we do. We
It's
do.
crazy.
Again, that's like living in the present, isn't it? We have to really sit back sometimes and do it. God, yeah, I've been in turmoil.
Do you know what the other thing
before
with
for it.
aging as well, with what we do, is constantly working with younger models.
Yeah,
I
God.
am
Can you remember
old
when you
enough
was-
to be their
can you
bloody
remember
mum.
when you was the youngest one on set?
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one now.
Oh, always, yeah. But I think that's what it is. I think I remember arriving and being like, I'm 15, like a little twat. And now they arrive and they're like, I'm 17. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, no. The conversation is always, it's never how old are you? It's how long have you been modelling? And people will say, I've been modelling for 2 years. And I'm like, oh, yeah, amazing. And they're like, how long have you been modelling? And I'm like,
20.
19 years. Literally 19 years.
Wow.
It's pretty much 19 years to the day, actually.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I think
know.
mine's mine might be like 16, I reckon.
Yeah.
I was
It's a long
older,
time.
and It's a long time to be in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
So, but yeah, how do you find it modelling with younger models? It actually doesn't bother me.
Oh, I was working with someone recently and she was so sweet. She was like, I think she was only 20. She was 24, so not like young for a model, but like,
That's quite old for a model.
yeah,
weirdly.
in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I got told my career would be over by 25.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
in
only just
fashion.
started. I'd only
Yeah,
just started at 26 though. How weird is this? Like
In fashion,
properly,
you're done.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, in fashion, completely done. But like I was, and I was chatting away about like certain jobs, and I was like, oh yeah, when I used to do Misguided, oh shit, it was 8 years ago. Wait, what? 8 years?
Yeah,
and then I was
yeah.
thinking, God, how long have I been modelling?
Yeah.
And I had to recap to her how long I've been modelling, and she just like, oh, you're 35, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm old. And I actually found myself saying, oh God, yeah, I'm quite old actually for modelling.
Quite old.
And then I had to have a minute to myself because I was like, I
not
don't
old.
see myself as old actually. I've had so much more better jobs and feel so much better in myself being 35.
I know, we're both still booking the biggest jobs of our career at this point.
Best jobs ever in the last
Yeah.
couple of years,
Yeah,
rather than when I was
100%.
younger and working my arse off to do 50 outfits a day doing e-com in companies that I did not want to work with. And
It's
doing fast
funny you say
fashion.
that though, because I had this same conversation the other day and I honestly sounded like a little old lady. I was like, oh, I remember when Boohoo used to be on this street and blah, blah, blah. And you had to go up 4 slides. Oh my God. And I heard myself and I
It's
was
still
like,
there like that, by
I
the
sound
way.
like this old woman. No, it used to be in this like dodgy building in the back streets of like in Manchester, and it was on like the 4th floor, and then they shot in these 2 dodgy studios.
Not on.
No, this was like
on the other, I'm not gonna say
16
that.
years ago.
Oh wow,
Crazy,
wow,
yeah. When they very first started,
Oh, wow, no
I know. And this is what I was
way.
saying. She was like, "I'm at Boohoo tomorrow," and I was like, "Oh, I remember when."
Oh my God.
Stop! I
That
can't
is-
believe Boohoo's still going.
That's crazy.
How have they survived?
That's crazy, isn't it? Actually?
Blows my mind. I mean, you do love a bit of PLT. To be fair,
I love that.
you're probably keeping PLT going. Literally.
Can you believe it was a model PLT as well? And back then, actually, again, you can see the trends massively. Is I had obviously the big boobs, but I was like, my curves are very different to an average, just say curve model, because I just got the boobs. I didn't really have an arse then, so I was just kind of like flat. I've had no filler.
Yeah, but boobs weren't in trend
or
back
anything.
then.
No, they weren't. So
Kate
it's
Moss
kind
didn't have a bum.
No, it was
one had
like
a bum.
covered up. But anyway, but like the filler in the face as well, you can see it massively. It's going back natural now.
Massively. Yeah.
Nobody
That used to blow my mind.
wants
I
that.
remember when I came back to the UK, because I'd been modelling in Australia for such a long time, and out there everyone is super natural.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Really, no one gets anything done. A little bit of tweaks, Botox, baby Botox, nothing else. Especially as a model, you can't
Yeah.
have any work done as a model. That's ludicrous in Australia. And then I came back here, and I remember like looking at the agencies, and looking at sites, and being like,
Wow.
okay, it's a bit different here.
Yeah.
Like this,
oh my
this
God,
is
huge.
completely different. But we are going the other way. For
Thank
sure.
God. Do you know what? I want to put a picture up actually of what we look like probably back then, because it's actually jokes. The
Do you know
makeup
what's-
as well, completely
Yeah,
different.
that's
That
the
was
best bit.
I remember, oh my God, I used to love Misguided. I loved Misguided. They were the best team. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I just loved working with
I
them.
think that's it when you look back on modelling. It's like, where was the nice teams?
Oh, always the best teams.
Yeah.
And I loved working with Misguided, but it was so funny. We used to get there and I'd tan before and they'd strip me down.
Oh, you were so orange. I've seen these photos. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Strip me down. And then they'd put the tan on already.
And then put the garments on top.
So you'd sit with your dressing gown on and get
Yeah.
your 2 layers of makeup on and your big hair. And then if it weren't tanned enough on camera, you get another lot.
Wow.
That was
That was
the
the look,
standard.
being an Umpa Lumpa. And that's another thing, isn't it? It's a good example of beauty standards. Like, we've gone through so many stages. We're watching Dexter at the moment, and Deb, his sister, who, by the way, I've just got to the incest bit. What the hell? Is she all right? She just told him she's in love with him. And I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, we're married in real life.
Fucking weird. Anyway, she is progressively, and it's because of when it aired, she's progressively each season getting more and more and more orange.
Oh my God, yes,
and in this season.
And also, it's filmed in Miami.
But when she's just told him she's in love with him, she is bright orange.
Wow.
I mean, like 5 shades too dark for her skin. It's ridiculous.
Oh my
but
God.
again, beauty standards, because that's what we used to do.
Fake tan.
Do you remember that Rimmel Instant? I used to fake tan and then get to Fiona's house ready for a night out and cover ourselves in Rimmel Instant, let it dry, hair dryer it, and do another layer.
Oh my God! So she used to be a good friend of mine. Before she went out, she used to put it on her face as well.
Oh yeah, same we'd put it on her face.
And I used to say to her, "Do please," because I have white covers. I used to say, "Babe, like if you get home, please." I think I told you.
I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, "Please, babe, you need to go in the shower because
you were a bit older then, though. I'm talking about when we were 17.
Yeah, but she's recent. Still to this day, uses. She put it. I remember my friend who lived with me at the time. She loves it because she's Irish. She's got paler skin, and she loves a Rimmel. And she saw my other friend doing it on her face, and she was like, "Oh God, I don't do that."
Oh yeah, we used to put Rimmel on our face
everywhere.
Do you know what the worst thing was? When it rained, she just washed off.
I like Sally Henson. Is it?
What was that?
Is it Sally Hansen or Sally Henson?
One of them. The nail
It was
one.
the spray. It was amazing. It was like makeup on your leg. Oh wow!
I don't remember that.
Game changer.
I just remember that being like the stop you biting your nails.
They do the nail polish, but oh my God, the spray! It was called airbrush legs.
Do you know? Oh, do you remember that? Yeah. Do you know what me and Fee laugh about? Me and Fiona, one of my best mates, we laugh about double lashes. Do you remember the double lashes coming into trend?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was 2 pairs of lashes stuck together.
Yeah.
And we only wore them once, but there's like, remember on nights out, you used to take like 40 pictures every time. So we'd have like, Fiona used to have on the back of her door this poster of 50 Cent. I was going to say P. Diddy. Thank God it wasn't P. Diddy. It was 50 Cent. I had to think about that. Anyway, she used to have this 50 Cent poster and her pink walls, and that was where we'd pose. So there's so many pictures of us stood in front of this 50 Cent thingy. And we'd take like 40 pictures each and then upload all the same pictures, upload them to Facebook and albums.
To do that too. Do you know what my
Anyway, there's
poster
one
was?
night out where we had these double lashes on and we look a state.
Oh, that was the uni days, that as well. Me and the girls all had them. Like,
who was your poster?
The Rock.
I do love a bit of The Rock.
Fuck,
he's off the steroids at the moment. Have you seen him? He looks really good.
Yeah, well, he's doing
for
it
a role.
Yeah. I went to see the.
He looks good for it though.
Went to see the Smashing Man. It's very good. Very, very good. It's quite sad. Oh, it's quite sad. So I was like,
I don't know if I trust your judgment of films because you tell me things all the time and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I'm really good, me. I studied film studies.
Watching some crap. Seriously.
But I mean, I'm a big fan of Dwayne Johnson, so I watch anything with him in. It's him and Emily Blunt. It was at the cinema. I went to the cinema. I went to Everyman. It was like the same again. Sat crying. Every time I go to Everyman, I sit and cry at films.
Me and Kayleigh went to watch Bridget Jones,
wasn't it?
About a boy, which, by the way, I've not managed to watch again because it's just too sad.
I cried again like we did. It was horrendous.
I'm not joking, guys, when I say we sobbed. It was ridiculous. We were both hysterical in the fucking cinema.
We went
cuddled up. We were at a bougie cinema, so we had like a couch like this. Cuddled up on a couch, sobbing. Great.
We went and got really drunk after that.
I would do that now I'm on the pill. It'd be all right.
Yeah. You wouldn't cry.
I'd be like, you all right?
It would just be me crying, a hormonal bitch.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was funny, that.
And do you know what I've written here as well? Do you ever have moments where you look back at old photos and miss her, but I feel like your whole life can become a cycle of that if you're not careful. Because I think we'll look back at this and be like, oh my God, I look so young and so fresh. And that's your whole life.
I always say this, and I say this to my friends all the time. I'm like, we are the youngest we're going to be right now.
Exactly.
This second, we are the youngest we're going to be right now.
And
we really need to sit and appreciate it.
Yeah, but I also think women in their mid-30s particularly, I think that's the best you ever look.
Oh my God.
I really do.
Yeah, it's going to be 40s
like,
too.
I look back. No, but sorry, I mean the best I've looked so far.
Yeah. Oh,
I look back at pictures from my mid-20s now. I'm not right. I didn't know my style. I was an Umpa Lumpa for a start. Just bloody double lashes on.
Yeah, like, oh my God. I mean, to be honest, my hair's probably not changed that much. But I look back even at modelling photos and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. You get better with age. I swear to God, there's nothing to be scared of at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look back and do I miss that person, how I looked and how slim I was? It might cross my mind and then I go, nah, that poor girl, I was going through a lot more in her head mentally, and actually I feel so much better myself now.
I just feel sorry for her.
Yeah, you want to come and go,
I'm the same.
Babe, stop plucking those eyebrows.
Yeah. Oh my God,
it ain't fun. It ain't fun.
But I think that's
the
growth
back
as well, isn't it? And just realising that our bodies don't have to be this constant self-improvement project.
This is
and I think there's a piece that comes in your 30s where you do figure that out and Yeah, there's just a lot of peace that comes with that. Not trying to constantly keep up with every beauty standard.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's way too much.
It's just too much. It's not attainable.
No, it's not. I mean, look at Kris Jenner with her facelift looks incredible.
Well,
that surgeon.
Have you seen the unfiltered images?
Yeah, I've seen the unfiltered.
Okay, so it's not quite as incredible as everyone's making out.
It's FaceApp. It's FaceApp what they use, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I was mind blown when I actually saw the unfiltered press photos of it because it looks like the best facelift anyone's ever had. And obviously it's a great facelift. It's great, yeah. But it's a really important reminder of like not just trusting what we see online because everything is so filtered and so face-tuned and everything else.
I do not know how.
She's still got skin texture.
Yeah, of course she has. And she's 70. Beautiful.
Yeah. So she's going to have.
Yeah, she's nearly 18, yeah.
I don't know, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, she looks incredible. But again, the Kardashians with the filters, it's like, we know what we know. We know that it's fake, but still, we're still buying into that.
Still holding ourselves to that standard.
Why on earth? And like it's still like FaceApp. I just think, how do people not know that is like the highest filter?
But even when we do know, people still see I'll still see people that do Instagram stories all the time and they've got filters on. And even though I know they're using a filter, you still find yourself comparing, which is the craziest thing.
It's not even them.
It's not even them.
You're looking at them going, wow, they look great, but it's not even them.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's just having that awareness and just not holding ourselves to that standard.
Absolutely,
and
yeah. You just got to be
remove the pressure.
Remove the filters, remove the fillers, remove everything. I'm joking. No, each to their own, isn't it? But I mean, yeah, it's about stripping it back and going, enjoying who I am right now. The youngest we're going to be right now.
And just focusing on way more important things like being a decent person.
Being a decent person and your health. Actual
health.
Like
that's a really good point because you get that taken away from you. You've got nothing.
Yeah, look at me now. At the moment, like the stress I've been going in this last month.
You couldn't give a fuck what your hair looks like. It's really not important. Let's just get you back to being healthy.
Yeah. When I had that MRI the other day and I was laid there thinking, if anything was to come of this right now, because again, I still don't know the results. I'm going to be honest, don't know the results. There could be something else going, on. Like, if anything was to happen to me right now, am I going to give a shit how big my tits look in a photo? No. Am I going to care that my fringe is out of line? Yeah. Am I going to care what my lips look like? No one cares apart from you. And if I haven't got health, I haven't got nothing. You can have all the money in the world, but if your health isn't up to scratch, what are we without that?
Yeah.
So,
amen to that.
Strip it back.
Thanks so much for listening to Curveball, the podcast. We love having you here.
Feel free to throw us a curveball of your own. We'd love to hear your stories, questions, or dilemmas.
If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit follow, subscribe, and leave us a review.
And share it with a friend who'd love a little curveball in their life too. See you next time.